Hey, what's going on? This Paul Saints with Insane Sports Podcast. My big dog over here, Mr. Top 7 himself.
Let's go. Victory Monday.
Victory Monday. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
How you feeling, man?
Hey, man. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling real cool. Like my name was Joe. Real like
Hey,
cool and calm. You know what I mean?
we gonna
For
get
sure.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Get there. Everybody wish we could be like Joe.
No, for everybody wanna be like Joe. You know what I mean? Hey,
Yeah, man.
that boy cool, man.
Hey, man, I want to pop off like since we talking about feeling good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to throw out a word, Hail Mary. Tell me what was your thoughts on the Hail Mary, man?
Oh my goodness. So anybody who's been a Browns fan knows years ago he's catching that pass, but something just feels different about this year. It's not how it's like your life. It's not how you draw it up. Like, man, I wish things to go perfect. I want Chubb, I want Watson, I want all my guys to be there, but we want wins at the end of the day. Of course, we love our players. You know, we love Chubb. We love, we want to see Watson succeed and all that type of stuff. But we could have had everybody healthy back like 4 or 5 years ago, and this game would have been something we were supposed to win. And a play like that, back in the day when we thought we was really, really cursed, he's catching that pass, and we all like, how did he catch? Like, we would have, because he's supposed to catch it. If I'm on the other side, if I'm the Browns, if that was the Browns and that Hail Mary happened, I'm like, how did he not catch that pass? Like, we were supposed to win this game. And then it's so crazy that wasn't even the worst drop. You know what I mean? The one where Justin Fields put on the money to number 18, I was like, oh my, he dropped that. But I was like, man, like just years ago, the bad news Browns, we losing that game when the probability for us probably was like, if I didn't even check, probably like 98% for us. There was no way. So in the first play, when they let him get through, I'm like, what are they doing?
Right.
The game isn't over yet. Like, tackle this guy. Like, oh my goodness. And then there was so many sacks Justin Fields was getting away from. Those the last 2 or 3 plays, I'm like, man, he's about to, like, it's looking like it's not, man, like, what's going on? Just to get our hopes up high. That's what, Brown, get your hopes up high, then stab you, right? So I'm thinking, like, man, when he threw the ball, I'm like, just knock it down, And the dude played it so well, too. He knew they had to knock it down. He was right there, and I'm like, oh, my God. I was so happy, boy. I don't know how many years God had for me, but that knocked a few years off, boy. That Hail Mary knocked some years off, boy. Oh, my goodness. What was you thinking?
Well, I know they call this the cardiac kid, so the whole time, like, when I saw 30 seconds on the clock, the whole time I didn't feel, like, comfortable. I'm like, the game isn't over because we done seen it so many times, and usually, like you said, we're on the other side of that. We're usually the ones that's like, we missed the field goal, or the person makes the field goal, and we're the people losing. So it was just like, it felt like that was happening, especially when Denzel Ward reached out his arm with the tackle. I know he hurt.
Yeah, that had to be because Ward, one of the best tackles. Yeah, he tackles for sure.
Yes.
That was just crazy, man.
So when I seen him going up the sideline, I'm like, please let somebody be there. You get what I'm saying? Because he was starting to get loose, even when they tried to push him out.
Yeah, he still was moving.
I was like, please, don't let it be one of those.
I know, man. That was just crazy, man. Goodness gracious.
So even getting to that point, like, having the defense that we have, we still have those jitters, and it's hard to believe like this is a different Browns team. I know we so caught up in the way that we were, brought up in all of the losing, the way that we lost, but it's like this is a different Browns team, and they show us every week how they are.
And we still like, something's gonna happen. Like, we still think like, something's gonna happen. Even when Dustin Hopkins kicked, I was like, man, he been clutch. I swear, I was like, man, I'm like, get this out your heart. He gonna make it. Yeah. Like, it was so hard. It's hard for me. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't been hurt, boy.
Man,
He
them
done
is
been hurt.
battered. We are beaten battered,
You
man.
know, for sure. Dustin has showed us he gonna get us together several times. We still like, but this the time he gonna do it to us eventually. And he just knocked it smooth through. Didn't
Yeah,
even.
he is so clutch, man.
That was
He is
crazy.
so clutch. Speaking of
Hmm.
clutch, let's speak of Joe Flacco.
Joe Coop, man. when when he threw when this is when I'm like, man, I just kept hope alive because I'm like, man. First of all, the Bears are bad. We are we are a good team. We're at home. They're going to give us something. So when they muffed the punt, I said, that's it. They gave us something. Now it's
Yeah,
time. Man, Kevin threw up a great play. He looked him off, wide open. David wide open. The corner made a hell of a play. Don't get me wrong.
yes.
But I was like, man, just put it on him a little bit more to the like the safety not gonna be able to get all the way over there. Again, the corner not supposed to be able to get over there either. But he again, people don't know their defense has been playing pretty well
Right.
since they got Sweat. They've been like they said ranked number 6 since like week 6 or week 7 or something like that. So the defense isn't bad. If anybody know the Bears, they always had a great defense. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Again, that's just something they established on. So I was like, man, when he threw that pick, I was like, man, it's just not like today. Just not must not be our day, man. Like, what's going on? Then the fourth quarter came, and man, the pass to Coop was the top 10 pass. I haven't watched every game. I'm not gonna sit, but that was a gutsy throw.
Yes.
So good. And then they showed when he let the ball go. When I saw it on Twitter, he let the ball go. Coop he didn't even leave the guy who was checking him like that. He was still on him like a little bit. He
Mm-hmm.
led him to go, man. That was Joe. He has his times. Like, what is he freaking doing?
Mm-hmm.
But when it's time for him to, go, he man, he came through clutch, man. He's with the roller coaster. He with the roller coaster of the Browns, man. And he definitely. I'm like, man, 3 interceptions. I was like, get him out. But then, man, he fourth quarter. He said, listen, man, I got it, man. He definitely showed up for sure.
So I never felt at no point in time like get him out for some reason because I was just like I seen what we have behind it. And
Yeah, yeah.
like if we could get like at some point he got to turn it on.
Hmm.
You get what
But
I'm saying?
you know how I am
Yeah, I know. I
about
know.
how a player got they. Unless
You
I love
got
them, they on
short
thin
leash,
ice,
boy.
boy. I gotta love you, boy.
I
Before
know it.
I already don't. I like them. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? I already don't love you because you was playing for Baltimore and used to turn up on us. But I'm
yeah.
happy to see that he bring that magic. You know what I mean to the Browns stadium for sure.
He throws a beautiful ball, man. Like
Hmm.
it's like sometimes I feel like he's just soft tossing it, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
somebody gonna pick that,
Yeah.
but he putting it right where the receiver needs it. The
Hmm.
one where he threw it to Tillman, it went right through the linebacker's hands, and it hit
That
Tillman
was
in
a
the
crazy.
stomach.
Yeah, that was a crazy throw. That could have been picked too, but that mug went. If I was playing Matt, they even said it on thing like that's a Matt, like it was a glitch. Like if I would have not got that pick on Matt, I'd have been like, man, this game fake
Yeah,
because it
facts.
went right through. It went right. I can't even like it went right through the midst. Like and
Yeah,
then for Tillman to catch that was a good catch too.
man. But you know the defense bailed us out a lot. How do you feel about the defense performance?
Man, it's like man, I'm trying to give like a good analogy. Like I feel like our defense knows they're going to get put in a bad position because every game we do it to them. And that's one thing I know. You know, we still find a ways to win. But my goodness, could we? If we being honest, they only put up to drive down the field. They put up 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
To drive down the field, they only put up 3 points. The first one, interception, they got it to the one where we could have stopped them. We about to stop them,
Right.
and then a pick six. We don't even give our chance to defense to go out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like for them to keep like level headed and play well. Man, I can't say enough about you know what those guys are doing, like what Jim Schwartz is doing over there, man. Jock is playing lights out. Um, with Hurst gone, man. David Tomlinson, he stepped up this game. Even Alex Wright, he stepped up this game. Man, they tried to do that end around on 1/3 down. 91 is Alex Wright, correct?
Yes, correct.
Right. Yeah. So, man, he was the only person there. Hell of a
He was the
tackle.
only person there.
Yeah, hell of a tackle. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's a good thing and a bad. We didn't hear the safety's name being called. We know we down to our third string. Like,
Yeah.
Hickman and all those guys didn't play bad.
So
Like,
boy, Bell showed up.
Bell played a great game. I don't know where he came from, but he's played well. Denzel Warman's been on the pitch count, but he played well. Newsome is starting to play well. I saw somebody on Facebook that's like, man, stop. Like, he needs to stop doing that dance. I'm like, man, listen, if that dance helping him do well,
Yeah.
he could be James Brown for all I care. I don't care what that boy do.
Hey,
He's
for
playing
real.
very well. Emerson is still. They both had two. When we needed, I'm like, man, we need them. We need these interceptions. But they again, Moore didn't really go off like that. When they did try him with Denzel, I'm like, stop it. don't
Yeah.
you do that.
Right.
You know where he came from.
Right.
He a
Come on.
bunk out. You better act like you know something.
Yeah.
But they played, man, I can't say enough about the defense. At home, they lights out. 3 and outs, get them out of there. Like they played so well, man. I love our defense, man.
I love him too. Sometimes I feel like the thing that I had a problem with Stefanski where I start to see Schwartz do sometimes, and that's become complacent.
Mhm.
And like at the end of the half, of the first half,
Man, I don't know why defensive coaches do this, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm like, we got them pinned on the two. Why
Man.
aren't we pressuring this man? We got some of the best covered corners in the game. I would tell
Mhm.
them cover one. I
Yep.
got just a safety behind y'all. Lock
Mhm.
up. It's coming
Yep.
hot. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to go get points
Mhm.
right before the half.
Especially you see how the game was going too. Like at the time, we needed our defense to score, give us a light. You know what I mean? Like
We
give us
can't
some
leave it
energy.
up to
So
our offense. We gotta have that type of with the thing that made the Ravens defense so well. They had people that was trying to score.
Ed
You,
Reed,
you get
yeah,
what I'm saying? Even
and it was contagious too. Ray Lewis, like it was contagious.
yes,
Like
you get
man, I
what I'm
want to
saying.
score too. Yeah,
Them boys
for
was trying to
sure.
go get the pill and take it back. You feel me? They didn't
Mhm.
know who it was. They was trying to snatch it and take it back. You
Yeah.
get teams like that, so it's just like we got to be hungry. I think
Mhm.
we was going back and forth yesterday talking about JOK, and I was
Mhm.
like, he got that pick, which it turned out he didn't
He
catch
didn't
it.
get it. I know.
But
Man, he gotta get one, man. I was gonna say something about that. I'm like, man, we was texting about that. I was like, man, he still couldn't get that when the ball hit the ground.
yeah,
I was like, this
man.
dude,
So,
this
but
dude crazy.
the point that I was making at that time was just like once you get that interception, you start to get more hungry for the ball instead of
Mhm.
getting so much of being physical. You see Emerson, he dropped one.
Mhm.
Newsom dropped one, but
Mhm.
they hands
It's starting to
on the
come.
football.
Yeah, for sure.
They're getting around the football. It's
Mhm.
contagious, like you said.
Mhm.
But
So you.
one thing that's been contagious with the Browns also has been injuries.
Oh
And
my
so
gosh. I
with
wish.
these Browns injuries, like how do you feel about the O line being able to fill in? Like, is this going to be sustainable? How are we going to continue to stack wins with all of the odds stacked against us?
So I don't know how capable we are of continue to do this. Um, because we're gonna play obviously better opponents. Um, so I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're doing it. Cause Hudson, I don't like him. I don't like our left tackle either. They both getting beat. Like you can only chip and help so much,
Right.
like here and there. Like obviously, with more reps, you get better. You know, and certain plays. That's why Stefanski again deserves Coach of the Year. But he schemes up so many plays where I got somebody trying to chip the defensive end and everything like that. So and then we lost all pro bowler. It's just his back tightening up. So hopefully he'll be able to play next game. But I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, man, if we could keep Joe Patino there and Watt Taylor, like everything could be cool. Then we lose Joe. Like Then Hudson, I mean, who was the guy who went out? I don't even know this guy in the 60s, 68. The guard. He out here. As soon as every time we break
Pokic,
a run, it's up. What's his name?
Ethan Pokic.
No, no, not him. He didn't play. He
Yeah.
came in for Patino.
Oh, I
Can't
don't
think
even
of his
know,
name.
man.
Man.
Nick
So he came
Harris,
in there.
Nick Harris. I don't.
Man, Nick Harris was starting this game. Like,
Yeah, he had to.
yeah, I don't know how how many more times we at the point I hope we clinch a spot before week 18 and they don't even play nobody, honestly. Like we play the Bengals and if we can stay at the 5 spot, man, get it just y'all get that's the week break they deserve. I also
Yeah.
think too, nobody brought this up. Um it's starting to show that early bye low key's hurting us. The
Mhm.
week 5 bye, like we had a bye really early. And now it seems like, that could have an effect too. Like, man, we're not getting the game off. So I think that Thursday night game, whenever we play the Jets, that might help, and that's not gonna help at the time. But
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then another week like that, man, that might help us a little bit just to get a body a refresher because Zadarius Smith went down. I think he's gonna be okay though. But man, it's like how many more people do we have? Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, like say Nick Harris went down, who is gonna be our center after that? Like
Hmm.
it's it's really like, man, we crawling for we teeth and nails, like we doing whatever we can, and it's definitely tough. Definitely
So
tough for us to get these wins. I just, man, I don't know how because I was like, man, I don't know if we gonna hold up. I'm thinking about the people we got to go against, the Ravens. I'm not really scared about nobody on the Dolphins like that. But again, anybody could get a sack on these guys.
yeah,
So
that's the problem.
yeah, and then it takes away options. So if I got a 2-man route, if I only got Moore and Coop out there, and I got
Yeah.
two tight ends chipping, like so now
Right.
it's going. You can only do so much as a coach. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like scheming wise. So
You taking Njoku away with the chip. We did that
man,
eventually. It was successful, but
hmm
you get what I'm
that's what I'm saying.
saying?
It's gonna be tough. Again, I'm always looking to bright. We winning, but once you start looking long picture, like damn, I don't how long can he scheme up? Something like this. Like what I mean, it's gonna be tough. Honestly, it's gonna be tough.
So somebody that seems to be an Iron Man and seems to never go down, and I know the hands aren't that reliable, but seemed to show up yesterday was Njoku.
Yes. That, so that's what I'm saying. When he, like you love the Joku. I'm not, I'm not the, I'm not a big Njoku fan. But like you're coming, like at first when we first started the podcast, you wasn't a big Kevin fan, and I was able to persuade you a little bit. Now you're persuading me about Dave. I see the top 5 potential that you're talking about. Again, coming with top 5 is consistency. I can't. The last 2 games he's been very reliable, and Joe has been again the catch that he made to score a touchdown. He makes those. He did it last year against the. It's the simple ones that he seems to drop. But yesterday, all the simple ones he caught in the rain, like played very well. I just need you to do it consistently, and then I could, then I'll lay off you. You mess up or something like that. You're one of those guys. Like again, if Chubb fumbles, I never say nothing bad about him. David, you keep doing this the rest of the season. And then if you mess up next year and drop a pass, I won't say that we need to get rid of you or you suck or anything like that. You have got me around to saying that David Njoku is a top 5 tight end when he's consistent. Okay, I, he and he's strong. Like he's
Yes,
really. I see why he want to walk around with his shirt off. Man,
man.
dude, chopped his lip. Boom. I don't know what's up with him doing trying to jump over that. He even had to laugh because like what are you do? Like what are you doing?
Yeah.
But when dude came at his leg, he bounced right off of it. Like, you know how strong you got to be for somebody to come downhill and chop at your leg, at your right there at your thigh pad. You still like up and still like he can do things like after he catches the ball. Like he could definitely be good. So he definitely showed up yesterday. First time in a long time we had 2 people have over 100 yards receiving. Um, it was man. I think let me hold on. Let me check my pad. Check my
Yeah,
pad,
there it
baby.
is. Let me hear it.
Since 2014, it was Brian Hoyer, I think, was the quarterback. Um, Obviously Gordon was one of the guys, and I can't remember. I forget the tight end's name. Award number 84, but he also had 100 yards. But again, tight end and receiver combo, first time in a long man. So Coop and him, they definitely showed out for Flacco. And Flacco trusts those guys for sure.
Yeah, and which he needs to. Now,
Hmm.
going into next week, who we need to trust? What's your predictions of next week?
It all depends on C.J. Stroud if he plays or not. If we play Case Keenum, I'm not really too worried. I think we could get the dub. Again, our defense just doesn't travel well, so I'm a little nervous about that. We're going to Houston. If anybody's ever been to Houston, it's a lot of distractions there.
Yeah,
So
they had
I
a
can
good time
understand.
in LA.
Yeah, they definitely did. But
Yeah.
Houston is a different beast.
Mhm.
Um, but I do think this is one. Again, I had this as a win on our when I first start like our first games. I don't think I've picked us to lose. Actually, when I think about it, um, even with the Ravens either. I can't remember a time I picked us to lose. But obviously, I'm gonna pick us to win this game only because again, it's gonna be a low scoring game for sure. DeMarco Ryans has those boys playing good defense over there. Obviously, our offensive line isn't the best, and he knows how to attack the quarterback. Um, but man, we be giving up a lot of points on the road, man.
Mhm.
I hope that our defense comes to play. I hope Juan Thornhill's available. I hope Denzel Ward can actually really play to this game instead of it seemed like he was on a pitch count. They were saying.
Yeah.
Um, I hope they call some holding calls for Miles Garrett. I mean, my goodness,
Oh my
I don't
goodness.
know what has to happen for him to get a holding call.
Oh my
Um,
goodness. They got to rip his arm off and still be holding it.
Man, so I'll say 21-17.
21-17.
Mm-hmm.
I got 31-28, man. I'm going to keep it real simple. That's
Okay.
if
Stroud plays.
Stroud plays. All right. We're going off of Stroud playing. I got 31-28. I think
Mm-hmm.
that I think Flacco give him more time with the offense. I think our offense has been clicking the best with
Mm-hmm.
Flacco. Like
Mm-hmm.
as far as the motion of seeing him being able to distribute the ball to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
everybody is involved. He doesn't seem to really have favorites
Mm-hmm.
yet. You get what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
think everything's gonna be clicking. But let's hear your top seven, man. Get you out of here.
Okay. Top seven, man. The first one was oh, it was a roller coaster with Joe Flacco. We talked about it earlier, but he had 212 yards passing just in the fourth quarter alone. That's just that's amazing. That helped us reach a franchise record. We have 5 wins off of game-winning scores. So means you're down in the last 2 minutes, you come and score. We just had a franchise record of that. He's been a part of, I want to say 2 of those. Yes, he's been a part of 2 of those so far. So again, I guess we're gonna go to Cedar Point again next week, man, because it's gonna be a roller coaster. It's not gonna be pretty. We know this already. We know
Right.
he's gonna throw interception. He's gonna get a ball over. Unfortunately, we don't want it to happen, but it's only a matter of time. Um, so that was number one. Number two, I feel like all coaches deserve praise right now. Coach Stefanski, obviously, I think he deserves praise. Jim Schwartz, he deserves praise, and also Bill deserves praise. Our offensive line coach, um, Hudson, and all those guys. Like he's throwing them out there, and it's not always pretty,
Yeah.
but he's getting time sometimes, and
Right.
time to throw the ball, and he's getting those guys as great as he can get them for us to go out there and win. So I think Bill deserves praise too. Nobody's really talking about our offensive line coach, and I feel like he deserves some praise as well. We talked about this. The first segment was how did he like drop the Hail Mary? I'm happy he did, but it's like, man, that was boy. I had it took me a little minute to come on my Instagram with my robe on.
Yeah,
'Cause
man.
I was like, man, I was still stunned. Like, man, he really dropped that. So
Right.
that was one of my takeaways. Um, we talked about this too. My number 4 is that David can be consistent. He could be a top 5 tight end. He literally can he catches he can make people. He can't really make people miss, but he's strong enough to make people miss. Like people, he falls forward. He does those things. He's not. It's not about to be an easy tackle. You got to bring your lunch pail when you tackle David Njoku, and I definitely like that. Another takeaway, I said that Joe threw one of the best passes all year to Coop. I don't even know. I don't. Again, it's all about anticipation when you get a little bit older. But he threw that. He threw a top 10 pass. Like just the circumstances of the game. We was a lot of things weren't going our way, and that pass was just it was jaw dropping. Honest, I'm like, man, how did he? Then they show every angle. The corner right there, safety coming down. Somebody's already on Coop. Like just a great throw. Just a top 10 throw of the year to me. It should be up there when they start showing throws. Like, cause that was it's gutsy too. It's a reason why we don't like. I mean, it's a reason why people like, man, he throwing interceptions, but that's why he has a lot of faith in his arm.
Yeah,
Um, this is gonna surprise you. We didn't talk about this. Is number 6. I like Sid Tillman. He's
man.
gonna be he's gonna be. I could see why they got rid of Peoples Jones.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I mean?
That's so you forget
He's
his name.
yeah he's yeah yeah. I mean I don't want you on my team anyway. You go to that school.
I
So
understand.
but Sid Tillman is definitely he's gonna be a good player. Um, Again, he has a lot to learn because I on that first interception, I feel like maybe he thought Sid Tillman was gonna bend in. Mark Sanchez talked about it when we was playing. Maybe he thought he was gonna bend in, instead Cedric Tillman went straight. And again, you see Flacco's all about anticipation, so he
Mhm.
probably thought he was gonna bend in, but again, a hands catch guy. Um, he's not easy to bring down. He's big. So I feel like the more he plays, the better he's going to become for sure. I like how Sid Tillman is coming along, and I don't know what Randy Moss saw. We always bring this up. Randy Moss said something crazy like he's going to be as be good as him. I'm like, hold on,
Yeah, man.
but I can see again. We don't know because again we can't really probably put him out there like to go deep and do all those type of things because of our offensive line. Um, and number 7 was I said our defense played lights out because they did. They did, amazing with the circumstances that they're always given. The ball at the 3 yard line, and you know, it's always not changing possession. But what's called when someone get a turnover? What the defense always say? Man, it's like a shot play coming or something like that. Like like those plays are about to come. But these guys are always
Get
ready.
down.
Not money. It's something that man, I forget what it's called. I'm gonna text you about it when I get off here. But
Yeah.
those guys are always ready when things go wrong. What I mean, they never put their head down. The next play, David Thomason got a stop in the backfield. Next play,
Yeah.
second down, they called a holding or whatever on us, which was okay. Then we had too many men on the field, like probably twice.
Yeah.
They still didn't get messed up. They still went out there, made somebody jump off sides. The dog pound was going crazy. Man,
Mm.
I wish we would have got the stop because Myles Garrett had him in the backfield, but Justin
Yeah.
Fields, he did he did his thing and put a nice pass on Cole. But the circumstances they're given, they don't complain. Like you don't see him open. Again, you said this, you're not giving yourself enough credit, or you didn't say anything about it. But on your live yesterday, this is one of the teams that we could have been like, man, we have every excuse, man, to be like, all right, next year when we have everybody back, next year we have everybody back. And again, that goes to our coaching too, like. But what I said about number 2, like give all the coaches the praise because we could have been like, man, Kevin, he deserves another chance because of it. He's not thinking that way.
Yeah.
He's taking every opportunity that he has, and he's still making guys get better and believe in him and all that type of things. And that's something we didn't have for real. A lot of people are like, man, you right, man. Next year when we get our guys back though, when we get our guys back. No, you're that guy. He's letting as soon as you step in, he's letting you know like you're that guy. And that's something that we can like be happy about that we, you know what I mean? Like we are not giving up or not throwing away Maybe it's because we know we don't got a first round pick. Maybe if we knew we had a first round pick, like let's get the best pick. Then next year we really come. We know we ain't got no first round pick. We like, hey, let's do what we can. Let's do what we, what we can do. And I'm happy we're not just throwing in the towel and say, next year. You know what I mean? Browns fans been people been saying that all the whole like, oh, next year we'll be all right. We'll
Right.
just wait till next year. This year we have a chance. You know what I mean? It's probably not gonna look pretty, and people probably don't even want us to be in that position, but it's a possible chance that we can be in that position. I don't see anybody I'm scared of. You know what I mean? We just have to play. We just can't turn the ball over in the postseason when we get there. That's all I know.
Enjoy
And
the trust, man.
oh, for sure. Last thing before we go, we've had 5 winning seasons since 1990, since I was born. 1994, 11-5. 2002, 9-7. 2007, 10-6, and 2020, 11-5. This is gonna be our 5th year having a winning season, and Kevin Stefanski is responsible for 2 of those years. So we
Wow.
need to be happy. Need to be happy with our coach, and what I mean. Let's ride this out. And I will see you next week, and hopefully it will be another victory Monday.
Hey, man. I love it. Hey, that was a perfect way to end it. I'm gonna end it on that. We
For
need to be
sure.
happy, and that's the way you end Victory Monday. Being happy with these wins, man. Enjoy your day, brother. I'll catch
All
you.
right, you too, man. Love.
Love too, bro.
Yeah.
Peace.